This is Lon Morris. Yeah, I was on a little study quest last night. Found some interesting information that y'all would appreciate because of the past slander, naysay, and misrepresentation that has been going on about our movement and about our prophet. Before I go in about this, I like to quote two quotes from the prophet. Prophet said, Prophet said, watch the news, read the newspapers. I'm going to make the Europeans tell the truth. Prophet also said, if you lose faith in your prophet, turn in your card and button and return to the state that he found you at. Key. Y'all need to go online right now, go to Google, and look up a book called The Prophet and the Princess, or The Princess and the Prophet. It's called The Princess and the Prophet. Look that up. This is a new book that's about to come out by one of them Europeans that have been studying under Patrick Bowen tutelage and Fatih Abdad's tutelage. So when you read the intro of the book, all you need to do is get the intro, and it'll put you right on to what I found out. He's another European claiming that Noble Drew Ali's name was Thomas Drew before he was clear on self. So, cool. I like the smoke. I want all the smoke. So what I did was investigate it. He starts putting his postulated theory together, and I'm picking it apart. And what I see in there is he says that the prophet's name was Walter Brister. So now it's not Thomas Drew, it's Walter Brister. So when I go and look it up, I go and look up Walter Brister, and he actually gives you a little reference to how to find this thing. So he's saying that the prophet was the husband to some famous magician. There was a magician troupe under this lady named Princess Sotanki. So Sotanki, Princess Sotanki, right? Or Sotanki, you know what I mean? So he was saying, he's making his claim that the prophet was the husband of her, and that's where he got all his money from and fame, and he was a child star on Broadway. And he says that he met Harry Houdini. He said it's because of the prophet that we know about Shirley Temple and Malcolm X. So like saying that the prophet brought Broadway entertainment to America, brought vaudeville to America. Stamped it, like to the point where Shirley Temple could then come out later, tap dancing and all that stuff. See, that is a big stretch, because it's almost like when they try to tear him, they make him bigger than it has to be. Like, we was saying he was a good prophet, he was dope for us. Now we got to think if this dude was involved with Houdini. The good part about that, Morris, when they try to say, fake magic, he was a magician and sorcerer. Harry Houdini had a group of, I think I already said this before, a society formed in America called the Society of American Magicians, SAM. And his whole society was about going against fake magic. He hated fake magic. So if our prophet got with Harry Houdini and Harry Houdini hated fake magic, it deems the reason why the prophet would be in a damn temple that day and say, anybody in here know magic? And when everybody stood up, he stood up and said, pointed to him and said, do I gotta kill you? And they sat their ass down. I would like to know how come these people didn't say that part about the prophet. How come they don't talk about the part where the prophet threatened to kill people in the damn temple that said they knew magic? What about that part? What about the part where the Moor tried to talk against our prophet and he dropped dead when the prophet pointed to him? What was that? So, nobody knows. I'd say magic. But anyway, to get to this point, look up this Lady Sotanki, or Princess Sotanki, she's from Caerleon, and she was balling out. Man. She was balling out, and she was from Caerleon. Now the whole thing about her is that she was, of course, dark skinned. She had so much money from being in Broadway and having her own little troupe of traveling magicians. She had the first car in Caerleon. got in the first accident in K Leon. She was driving. The picture of her, she driving the wheel, but she looked like it's like new to her. then next thing you know, it's a news article about the first accident in K Leon. It was the mother's car. So anyway, yeah. She had mad money from this Broadway act thing. And what this European from this book is saying is that the troupe that she was with, her husband in the troupe was supposed to be the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Only when you go look up, what's it called? Bill Pawnee, Wild West Show record collection. Look that up. It's a yearbook collection. You got to do some digging though. It ain't just right up there. You got to do some digging. It's a yearbook collection of this circus that this lady was traveling with in the 1920s and a little bit before then. So it's right in time, right in the time of that area. When you look through the books, the name of the so-called person that's in the introduction of his book is named he's Walter Brister, but his stage name is Arma Satonki, just like the mother is Satonki. So Arma is ARMMAH SOTANKI. So Arma Satonki. Look him up. He's in one of this book from like the 1900s or whatever, and it's under Arma Satonki, not Walter Brister. But when you look it up, it'll say his name, Walter Brister, Hindu fakir or whatever. You look up the fakirs, that's a whole nother story. But isn't it supposed to look like Timothy Drew? It's supposed to look like Timothy Drew. Now, this is the funniest part. If the prophet said, read the newspapers, watch the news, because I'm going to make the European tell the truth. Then he said, if you lose faith in the prophet, turn your card and button in and return back to the state that he found your ass in. Why are people still Moors? Why are y'all still acting like the order of the day is nationality? Let's talk about reparations. Let's talk about what we can get from becoming a unified black people. That's all Prophet Noble Drew Ali-esque stuff. So get out of there. You can't do that. And it's supposed to be the prophet there. Back to that point. Look up this damn book, this digital record collection thing, since they love data so much. Go look this data up. See the picture, right? This picture is some other joke. And then when you look at the book, it all hits. Like the book that this European came out, he put the mother on top, the princess, and then so-called prophet at the bottom. This guy does not look like the prophet at all. He got big eyes. He just looked different, way different. So and then, when you're reading what he's saying about this guy, he's saying that this guy, Walter Satonki, was really from